Oh, you sure will. It's close enough.
It is. It is.
It's definitely close enough. Well, I appreciate everybody coming out this afternoon on my tour of downtown Troy with the mayor here. And again, I promised I'd come back after election time, and I wanted to stop by and see some of the emerging businesses here in downtown Troy, which are such an important part of the revitalization that's going on here. This business, First Playable, has over 50 employees. It's a fun place to work. They're at the cutting edge of designing gaming for children for educational purposes and just for socialization. So it's been fun for me to stop around and see the different groups of individuals working together, putting their degrees from our local universities like RPI, RIT, and others to good use here. These are people that could have gone to jobs in other cities, other states, and we're delighted they're here right in New York State here in downtown Troy. So any questions?
Yeah, are you doing a lot of traveling around the state to look at these type of new startup businesses?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
It's an important part of what I do as chairperson of the Regional Economic Development Councils. The governor has asked me to be his eyes and ears on the ground to find out how our economic development dollars are being spent, make sure they're being spent wisely, which I believe is the case, but also to talk to him about emerging businesses that we need support. Here, we're today at a women-owned business, so we've done a lot to support minority and women-owned businesses across the state. So part of what I do is when I have any free time, I am visiting a downtown area, walking the streets. I was walking downtown Queens just early last week. I was walking the streets of Long Island. I was up in Messina on Friday doing the exact same thing. Talking to the mayors, the supervisors, the elected officials, and community leaders to find out what's on their mind.
What is your benchmark for success for these types of programs?
Well, I think 50 employees downtown Troy is pretty darn good. I mean, they truly could have gone anywhere. And New York State is creating the right economic development climate now and really throwing away, casting off the old reputation of being a high-tax state, which is how it was when I was growing up, trying to lure my children to stay in New York State. And it was a tough haul, and it's turned around 100%. I've seen that everywhere, every corner of the state. It's exciting, and I think the brain drain has finally been plugged up because I come from a part of the state, Buffalo, New York, which has been hard hit for decades. And for the last 4 years, we've seen an exact turnaround where people are now wanting to come back to Buffalo and take jobs. I've seen it here in the capital region. I've seen it downstate. So my test is, are the jobs coming back? And over 650,000 jobs have been created under Governor Cuomo, and that's my benchmark for success.
As head of the development councils, how do you feel about Comptroller DiNapoli's audit of the advertising campaign that the state's been running to bring business?
Well,
do you think that the audit was correct in saying that the campaign is ineffective?
I would say the audit was premature. Certainly, how taxpayer dollars is spent is open to legitimate scrutiny. Of course it is. But I would simply say a program like Startup New York, it takes time to germinate. First of all, the universities and colleges who wanted to participate had to come up with their own plan and get that approved by the state on what type of businesses they want to attract. That took some time. The next step is finding the businesses to partner with the local colleges and universities. So before you're actually going to see jobs on the ground, even though we have 3,100 jobs committed already, we first have to build some buildings. We have to get they have to be shovel ready. We have to make sure there's places for them to go. So I would simply say let's examine this a couple years down the road because economic development does not occur overnight. But I'll tell you one thing, this is a very important tool in the tool chest we have as trying to attract businesses to New York State and keep people from leaving. I was part of the Department of Commerce down in Washington's program called Select USA. All 50 states are represented. I was there with New York State, and when I was able to explain to prospective businesses from around the globe, from China, Thailand, Colombia, Europe, and I was able to tell them about the tax advantages of Startup New York in comparison to other states that we're competing with, like Texas and Florida where they have no income tax. I said if you come to New York State and affiliate in a startup zone, you can have no income tax for 10 years, no property tax, no sales tax. And I'll tell you what, I got their attention. They are very interested in this, but it does take time to plant the seeds and let it grow.
What do you expect to happen next then? If the seeds have been planted and it's started to grow, what do you expect the future to hold for this program?
The jobs will start coming. We also have to get the word out internationally. And that's what I found is participating in this program where 2,600 people from around the world were looking to invest dollars in the United States as a very safe place to invest dollars. We know that compared to other economies. And businesses who want to expand, Chinese banks, Chinese businesses. We are fully focused on trying to on-source and bring back businesses that had left our economy a long time ago. And New York State was hurt very hard when a lot of manufacturing and textiles and businesses went overseas. We're trying to bring them back. But they can come back to any state in the union, anywhere they want. And to lure them back to New York State, we have to really sweeten the pot to them to get them back here. So we are going to be seeing jobs coming as a result of this program. People in our country are hearing about it, which is good, but we internationally have to make this case as well.
How do you separate?
Okay, we've got to wrap up and go to the next
Can I
stop.
just ask you one slightly off topic? Governor Cuomo's, obviously his personal life right now is kind of in a rough position. How is he doing?
He's holding together. It's very hard for him. The love of his life has a real challenge health-wise in front of her, but he is strong, and he has been continuing the work of the state of New York, as you would expect. Today he's meeting with leaders in the legislature, talking about his agenda. So I would simply ask that members of our state send well wishes to him and Sandy, and a lot of prayers and love.
Will you be,
Okay, thanks very much, guys.
Will you be taking on any additional responsibilities while she recuperates?
I'll do whatever the governor needs. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, guys.